it's now
Okay.
recording. Yeah.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the Migrant Tribe, where we tell stories from our journey down under. So it's episode one, and because it's our first episode, so we decided to first tell you about what Migrant Tribe is all about, and a short introduction to each and everyone in this group. So, who'd like to start? What is Migrant Tribe?
Ladies first.
Okay, sure. Migrant tribe is a concept that this group came about with after a few catching up from many actually years. Did you believe? Yeah. As I think we have evolved from a small core group, business group, like-minded group to having a goal that we want to challenge ourselves as a mastermind group, and then we have evolved to doing something worthwhile to be able to be more fulfilling, I guess, while catching up. So I think that's the essence of who we are and where we all came from, and then the name were voted. The names
Yes.
actually
There
there
was
was
an
some
election.
votation,
There was an election,
very
and,
diplomatic. So
and Migrant Tribe won.
yeah,
Yes.
and
Okay.
that was it. So we have decided to put more structure on what we're doing, to document it through a proper site, to some blogs and some articles that will help everybody within our circle, our extended circle, our fellow migrants and wanting to migrate, fellow men and other nationalities. So yeah, I guess that's a gist.
Yes. Yes. Pretty much. Anyone would like to add to that?
Yeah, maybe I can say something as well.
That's good. John.
Migrant love is the coming together of individuals, and this is to honor the human spirit of which we
Right.
always move around. And we as Filipinos, we are uh, as uh, as people, we are always in a diaspora, either to seek greener pastures or to have a change or to realize some dreams, uh, no matter how hard or how small they are. But at the same time, this is the coming together of people who would like to document the journey. So this includes us, and hoping that we can contribute to the beautiful story that this blog is developing and trying to evolve.
Okay. Thank you, John. Yeah. Yes. That's very lovely. Erwin, anything to add to that?
Yeah. So basically, Migrant Tribe is it's a basically a platform where fellow migrants like us can get more relevant information or helpful information in settling in Australia. I mean, Australia is a migrant country, and being a fellow migrant, it is just but right to create something like this to to give helpful tools or information for would be migrant or migrant who is just came in Australia. So yeah, so I hope we could be helpful to them
Okay. How many years, Erwin?
in
Were you in
Australia.
Australia?
Yeah, 10 years. 10 years.
10 years. 10 years. And okay, well, you have a very interesting story, so we'll take that in future episodes because
Yes, that's
you
another
will. That's another episode to discuss.
beautiful.
Watch out for that. He has a very unique perspective he has right now. Whereas for me, well, it's I think John kind of touched on it. It's about honoring migrants, celebrating their achievements, and we know that every migrant had to go through a lot of challenges. They made sacrifices. You know, they had to leave relatives, family, friends. They had to do away with certain lifestyle that they grew up with. to have a life here in Australia. So it's all about it. So hopefully we're able to, and it won't be in future episodes. It won't be just us four or us five who'll be here talking. So ideally, hopefully, we can invite fellow migrants to actually for them to tell their stories. So and so there's a lot of countries that you can migrate to. So John, why did you choose Australia?
It's quite personal, but
Okay,
I
we'll just keep it between
I
the two of
I
us,
will
okay?
just tell the
We won't tell
professional and
anyone
the
else.
It's
You
yeah
can
just
tell me.
all
yeah
it's
the
for us.
professional and the
Don't worry about
businessman.
it.
Yeah, so we moved here together with my wife in 2010, and because of course our home country is the Philippines, then we went to New Zealand. We stayed there for 8 years, and then we moved here 2010, and I realized how big Australia was compared to New Zealand because it's always a joke that they say that New Zealand is not the down under, but sorry, Australia is not the down under, but New Zealand because New Zealand is very small. Um, but yeah, it's quite a journey for me as well because I was really into entrepreneurship rather than to really find a job. So for the last 6 years, first 6 years, I had a newspaper and into publishing, and then went back to employment. But it's a journey, and I learned a lot from it.
That's good. Okay. Thanks, John. Erwin, why Australia? You could have
But
gone any other country, so
yeah,
why choose Australia?
well, number one is Australia is the best, if one of the best, if not the best country to raise a family. Back then we checked our probability of whether we will be granted a visa, and Australia can be a number one bet for us to to apply. So we used my wife's visa or skill, being an accountant, and back then it's one of the in demand list, um, and we can see straightforward that our application will be granted. So why Australia? It's closer to the Philippines. As you know, I'm
Woohoo.
Filipino. It's closer to the Philippines, 7 to 8 hours away. Um, it's a very nice country to raise a family. We do research, benefits, um, climate. In terms of why Melbourne, actually, not just in Australia. Why Melbourne? So I think back then I was researching in terms of like cost of living and all real estate. I think Melbourne, in all aspect, picked the mark for me. So most of the applicants go to New South Wales, but we decided to go to Melbourne primarily because of one reason. You know what's the reason?
Okay, okay.
My
Just
wife,
tell us.
my
Yes,
wife,
just
my
between
wife,
the four of us.
my wife, what do you call it? Wants to wear, trench coat. She loves watching, who's that actress? Jennifer Aniston.
Uh,
There's a movie in where
okay.
wearing a transparent umbrella, and you can't
That's
wear
a
trench
first. Okay.
coat in New South Wales in Sydney, so you can wear trench coat in Melbourne. So that's the main reason.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So
Simple as
that's
this.
the first time. Okay. First
Yeah,
time I heard someone
simple as
the
it is.
reason for moving to Melbourne.
Yeah, there you go.
Pretty unique. Thank you. Thanks, Erwin. Jasmine, anything to add to that? Why Australia?
Yeah, no, why not, diba? So I guess um um being the most livable city in the world, Melbourne, meaning has been, I know, very contributory to the decision at the time. I've been here 15 years, and I think at the time immigration process wasn't that complex for many
Mm-hmm.
of us, and we all witnessed that, and it was like smooth, and they were encouraging a lot of professionals like us. So it came on like in a smooth process, unlike now. So yeah, I
Okay.
think that was good. Mm.
Okay. Um, as for me, number one, very close to Asia. I think Erwin kind of mentioned that, touched on that already. And also the social services, the benefits that you get, and warm climate compared to, let's say, if you would have take
Canada.
gone to Canada or maybe UK. So Australia would I don't like winter. I'm not fond of
No.
winter. So no one is. I know some people do, but yeah,
Yeah.
not too fond of winter. Okay, so what else? So how different is Australia now when you first arrived? Any big changes?
Yeah, a lot, I think.
Mm-hmm.
From the prices of the goods, as you know,
Oh,
like
okay.
I
It's
don't know
gone
with you
up.
guys, it has
Uh-huh.
gone up as well. I mean,
Okay.
over 15 years to
Mm-hmm.
foreign exchange, to price houses,
Mm-hmm.
to population and economics. So it, I think, for a first world country, it's improved because
Mm-hmm.
they need more people, more skilled people, and but you can see there's stability overall. There's stability, and it's
Yep.
keeping improving. The government is doing a lot to improve in general. And then um I guess on a household perspective as well, people have evolved to a different, I don't know, way back, because our our mindset was to settle, find a job, and
Mm-hmm.
then a few years after you can buy a house. Now it's
Yep.
different.
Oh, really?
People, as soon as they, I don't know, what I come across, people arrive, they want to buy a house straight away, even if
Mm-hmm.
they're student visa or they don't know what's next. They just want to put
Really?
investment because it has a proven,
Okay.
it's a good, that's what I'm finding.
Okay.
And
That's a good insight.
people
Yep.
are wanting more people now, or even migrants are more involved into business, or more, have more courage to venture. Unlike before, our mindset as well is, you work,
Employment.
and
Yep.
then yeah, and
Yep.
then live a simple Aussie life, if you
Mm-hmm.
like. So I guess it has. That's what I noticed over the years from the people, like the dwellers, like us, maybe from the older, the baby boomers now. Of course, their time would have been different as well. So and now the new set of settlers, I guess. So that's what I'm
Okay.
finding with the people
That's
I'm
good.
exposed to, and yeah.
That's great. Right. I never found out those things. Never realized
Mhm.
those things. Anyone else want to add something? How different is Australia from the time we arrived? Okay.
Of
Well.
course, it's as a population grows, lots of things attached to it as well. So
Mm-hmm.
traffic congestion as well as
Mm-hmm.
opportunities. So
Mm.
yeah, because migrants generally are drivers of the economy by way of consumption, by way of real estate, and also filling up needs for employments. So we do not know where is uh, the idea of some of the politicians telling that migrants are not contributing to the country, which in fact
That's the
studies
opposite.
reveal that yeah, we
Mm.
are always an add factor to Australia, so to speak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying opportunities are lesser now than it was previously?
Opportunities, I think, because migrants coming now as well are not the same from migrants who arrived before.
Mm-hmm.
Now are more skilled, and especially with Filipinos, we have lots of international students who
Mm-hmm.
made a career or a job or a life here in Australia. So if we look at it 5 years or 10 years back, it was not a reality. But now there are lots of new players in our community who are
Mhm.
here just maybe 3, 4, 5 years, and yet they are settled already.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. That's,
That's
Yeah.
right.
that's very good. That's very good. Okay. Yeah, we have a couple of more minutes to spare. Anyone would like to, jump in about any experience that they'd like to share?
I would just like to add a comment with regards to what did you notice, like the changes when you
Mm-hmm.
come in versus now. I'm just really amazed. No, I can't. I'm really amazed at you because you can spot the difference. For me, I cannot spot the difference, except for that suburb that we're in. Right,
Uh-huh.
we're all
Right.
like we all have houses already. Like before, it's like paddock. It's now it's like you can see houses everywhere. So it's fast. So that's all I can say. Apart from that, like
Okay.
I can still feel the same Aussie when
It's
I
the same.
when I landed. Very welcoming.
Mm-hmm.
There's a mix in nationalities I can see. Especially in our suburbs because we see Sudanese. Lots of Indians as well, Vietnamese, Chinese. So I guess it depends on the suburb where you live because we live in a western suburb like in Carganina and Tarni. That's where
Hmm.
we are.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Okay. Well,
Um,
thank you. Yes.
yeah, it's changing as well, Erwin, especially Sayers Road. So
Yes.
the development is up to the end, down at the end,
Yeah.
and very very quick.
Yeah.
And the typology and the demographics as well is changing. So you will be seeing a lot of people that were not here before. But in a way, yeah, it fuels the economy because it creates needs, it creates
great.
opportunity.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. 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 Well, change will always happen. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So,
Mm.
but I guess in general, I think it's still generally a good life here. We still have it good here. Um, as for me, the ones that I notice changes now, that's different now from the time I've arrived. Uh, Before when I arrived, I didn't have to wear mask going out, and I did have to social distance back then. And plus, there were lots of toilet paper. We didn't run out of toilet paper back then. I don't know. Wow. And so that's kidding. That's kidding.
True.
I can't really. You guys had very good insights. The only thing I can share about how different is it back then. It's probably not so much with the country, but it's probably has to do more with the maybe technology. Because I remember back then when we first arrived, one of our usual habits uh, or practices that we do, like for us, Friday night. That's called we call that DVD night. So usually I'll get off from work, go
Yeah.
to the DVD store, pick a DVD, and that'll kickstart our weekend, and we'll buy, let's say, takeout food. But nowadays most of the DVD stores have already closed.
Video easy.
So now we're into the streaming world. So I'm adjusting to that, not used to the streaming world. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, okay. So we're down to like a couple of more minutes. So yeah, so this was a good start. Thank you for our viewers of two, mom, dad, our parents, our family. That's it. Yes. Thank you for listening. And yeah, so I hope you're able to pick up something from our short banter between the four of us. And don't worry, next week we'll come up with something that's definitely going to be more interesting and
Yeah.
fully helpful. Okay. Well, thank you for your time. See you next week. Okay. Can we say bye, guys?
Bye.
Bye.